a bad mech map, mind you, Valdez.
Not bad at all. Let's see if Dream likes to go for it a second time here. Set number 2, Dream versus Dark. Down here in the bottom left in the red, the Terran player in the winner's match, it is Dream.
Up here in the top right, the Zerg player in blue, it is Dark. Surprisingly, down a game to his teammate Dream. Was not expecting the mech tech.
Yeah, really throwing kind of a weird curveball towards Dark there. Dark did not catch it well. And I think this time he's going to be wary of the fact that Dream can actually play some nice mechs. So I think he's going to be scouting this a bit harder before he makes any decisions based on his tech or what he wants to do. We see an 11 racks coming down here as well as 11 gas.
Ooh. Okay. Early pull. Not too early, but pretty early for Dark. And I feel like this is may just be another one of these mind games, Valdez. A little bit of an earlier racks. Kind of. Not really. Ish. Against a pretty early pull. So obviously we have seen Dark go earlier pull in the past. He likes to get those 6 Zerglings out. Tries to find damage where he can. We did see him find some pretty good uses for his Zerglings against TY on this map. But it's going to be a bit harder against the Reaper. Reaper will get deflected pretty easily, simply because there's going to be a Queen out in due time, and it's 6 Zerglings on the map. Let's see if these Zerglings go somewhere maybe awkward, something like a little bit of a roundabout so they can get to the natural. Just a little bit easier, maybe getting undetected by the Reaper so he could possibly cancel that CC that goes down there. One way to use it for sure.
Yeah, maybe. We're going to have to wait and see what he does with these Lings. Already 6 of them out on the map. Dark kind of consistently making 6.
All right, here we go. See, this is the awkward positioning I was thinking of. Going to be doing a bit of a roundabout to avoid the Reaper. Goes straight into the natural where the CC has just begun. From there, he will kill the SCV and attempt to cancel that command center.
We do have a second Reaper coming out here from Dream, so that is going to help in the defense. Now a Reaper coming in the main. So Queen is going to push that back. Of course, no drones there at the natural just yet. It's not up. Second Reaper is out.
Ooh. Lings are waiting at the watchtower. This is also a mind game because Dream he knows Dream likes to go for multiple Reapers.
But so Dream very smartly at the same time does go over towards the right first.
Yeah.
And then go up north.
The scary thing is, though, not making any use of these Zerglings early on. He could run down now and attempt to do something. Maybe waiting for that third Reaper. Nope. Gotta go now. Okay. This could be a bad move. Was not expecting the third Reaper. The third Reaper's actually waiting. Can he get a surround on it? Yes, he can.
Oh, man. Dream not paying attention. And here we go. Should be able to kill that SCV at least.
He's going to try his best to do as much damage to it as he can. I don't think he's going to be able to cancel it, though. 2 Reapers are nearly back home in time. Instead, he's going to slow it down as best he can.
He's doing a good job of it here. He's even going to get a second SCV. Now trying to get a third. That third SCV getting solo, 10 health. Who will survive?
Nearly. So, nice early game for both players. No one really finding too much damage. 2 SCVs. I don't think any drones went down in the main base. Just a bit of Queen damage. But it was a later natural hatchery. We're now seeing those 2 gases at around 5:30.
Ooh, pretty quick Roach Warren here.
Yeah, we did see that last game as well against TY. With those 2 creep queens.
But he did see the third CC coming up quite fast here.
Yeah. It's going to help him out a lot. Let's see if he makes use of it, though. How many roaches does he plan to make?
He's going for the lair now. He's trying to come in here and snipe a mule. Not quite. The Hellion's out in time.
Alright, so he's going to fully block off his natural. Go for the third and fourth gas. Pretty much a 2-base style for now.
Zergling going to come in here once again, but it will be denied.
Oh.
That wall there is quite steadfast. Dream is not going to be able to get by there. Does scout the fact that there's no third hatchery coming up at this time. And he should be pretty happy. I mean, he's got 3 CCs for a while now.
Yeah, definitely the greed paying off for now. Let's see if these roaches kind of scare him into making anything extra at home. He's going to put down a bunker and another supply. Besides that, doesn't look like we really see too much of an investment into roaches early. Dark kind of just gets a few on the map. Make sure the Hellions can't really do anything else.
But at the same time, he is getting the +1 range attack as well as roach speed.
Yeah, so I get the impression he plans to invest a lot more into them.
Yeah. And now we do have this bit of an earlier Overseer this time to make sure to find out exactly what Dream is doing. Make sure he's not going mech. We do see 2 barracks being thrown down, so it's looking like Bio as well as that stim coming down, so pretty sure about that one.
Yeah, he knows exactly what's going on this time. He's still making a pretty big swell of roaches. Is he going to move across the map with them?
He's hiding them for now.
He can do a lot of work, can do a decent amount of economic damage. Obviously going to be waiting for these Banshees to move out before he tries to make his move. Does not want to be dealing with them.
3 roaches only. He's kind of trying to play this off as just some small roach defense or something. Because he's hiding all of his roaches in the main base.
Yeah, he's banking on a massive 1-1 with speed, sort of timing attack onto the natural, trying to get rid of as many SCVs as he can. It's hard to say that it'll kill. It really depends where these Banshees are more than anything else, because the Banshees are the ones that are going to have to clean this up. And we do see Banshees remaining in the main base. So he's playing very defensive regardless. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to sit back with these Banshees, use them as defensive tools, because I think something's up with you, Duck. I think you're going for some sort of roach timing attack.
And he's guessed correctly here. We do have a ton of roaches looking to possibly go towards that third base.
Yeah, he's going to force it to stay lifted, that's for sure. But now,
maybe trying to catch some SCVs transferring. No, he's just going to go for the natural now. But already those 2 defensive Banshees doing a lot of damage to the roaches coming across. But that splash, or rather that burst damage there out of the roaches, doing a nice number there onto the bunker. And now getting a lot of SCVs down here in damage. About 11 of them now. 13 in total.
So much damage. I think Stim is just finished now. He can use Stim. There we go. Going to help out a little bit more, but 1-1 roaches against unupgraded Marines.
God.
So much damage.
This may actually just be game ending. Those 2 Banshees are doing so much damage, but it's just not enough.
Yeah.
Already 30 SCVs coming down here.
Oh, man.
And he's in the main. There's barely even enough army supply here to defend against this. What am I going to try to come down here? But a burst fire onto it does take it down.
More roaches trying to get in as well. They're trading with some bio, but the damage has been done at this point. And we're actually not seeing a transition. We are seeing a transition, but it's going to remain onto roaches. But they're going to be adding hydras as well as 2-2. So it's going to be Roach Hydra 2-2 to follow this up. Going to be great against the remaining Banshees, and there simply won't be enough bio to defend against this either.
Yeah, and while he was teching, he got a nice swell of drones at the same time. So he's got a decent economy back home on 3 base. He's got 66 drones, and this is going to be a deadly counter or follow-up attack here. We do see 8 Hydras now being made. And it looks like Dream, in order to take a bit of a pressure off of him, he's going to go for a drop towards that third base.
Seems that way. 13 Hydras. Double drop coming on in. Dark knows exactly where it's at. Is he going to have enough to defend against it in time? A few drones might go down. Marines are 1-1 now, so they can trade a little bit better. But he sees the Hydras, so he knows no transition will be happening whatsoever. It's going to be remaining on this kind of roach tech. So I wonder, will he add? Doesn't look like he'll have any plans to add any tanks anytime soon. Just simply staying on bio with some mines.
That's what I was wondering as well.
Kind of a good way to deal with this as well as getting a very healthy medivac count. When you get enough to kind of heal nearly all your bio, you have so much sustain against Roach Hydra composition. Especially when you get to 2-2 and 3-3, your bio just lasts for so much longer.
Got to be careful with those medevacs out on the map against Hydras as well, especially once that speed finishes here. Do have +2 about halfway done for Dream, but it's finishing up here for Dark. But it doesn't look like he wants to really take advantage of that timing. He's just putting down a 4th hatchery and defending for now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to remain, just secure that 4th base and get a healthy sort of supply, I guess, before he really wants to move on the map again. He does have some time. He did wipe out a lot of workers for Dream.
Yeah. At the same time, he has stated 66 drones, so he may only look to drone possibly a bit later after trading some of his army units to try to saturate that 4th base. But for now, it's all army units trying to just max out here 200, and possibly go for some aggression. Yeah.
One of the biggest weaknesses for kind of the Roach Hydra composition is drops. Drops can just do so much, but Dark knows this very well, is in place for just about every single sort of attack that can come his way. Great sandwich.
Yeah, really nice positioning here. Even going to get a medevac at the back there. And is Dream really going to try for some more drops here? Dark is so prepared against this.
He is so ready.
Dream's still going to try to split it up. One thing to note, Dark's creep spread is pretty wild right now. Even that whole left side below his 4th and 3rd bases is quite creeped up. It's not the thickest creep, but it's very, very spread out there.
Here comes a lot of damage, Valdez. A huge engagement. Going to possibly get supply cap from here, and it's going to be a fantastic concave. We are seeing the command center be lifted up, and all the SCVs are going to be wiped out.
Some Widow Mines on the right side trying to get some damage done, pushing forward. They do take out 1 Hydra, but that's about it. Like you were saying, that concave is pretty good, but Dream trying to come from behind now with a bit of his drop, but is it just too much?
Looks like he might be able to finally wipe it out, but he did lose 25 SCVs once again. Nearly lost the command center. From here, we are just seeing Dark attempt to remax. He didn't actually populate that 4th base with drones at all. So he is pretty all in with this. He can't transition at really any point. He still has a pretty healthy bank as well, waiting for more lava.
Trying to take another engagement here out on the map. His units are very heavily upgraded. I believe, though, the 2-2 is done for the turn as well.
Yeah.
So they are trading on equal upgrades at the moment.
Yeah, this is going to be the next hard part, trying to fight into this. They're going to be targeting down the command center, forcing it to lift. Now they can engage the real thing. And there's not enough bio here, Valdez.
Super awesome concave here coming out of Dark. Some decent Widow Mine hits, but it doesn't look like enough. That 3rd CC is definitely going to go down as well. Some repairs coming down here, but eventually the Hydras will be able to take it out. Some Widow Mines coming in here at the 3rd base of Dark, but not so many not so many drones to go down. And once again, fighting over here. That's a lot of medevacs like you were talking about before. So that is helping out a bit in this trade.
Yeah, it gives it good sustainability. I think it will have enough to kind of clean this up again. Still, he lost his 3rd CC. He's lost a lot of workers. He's transferring his main CC to the 3rd base now. And Dark is once again just going to be maxing up, maxing out, and preparing to move across the map and take another advantageous fight.
Dream now looking like he wants to pressure possibly. He does have a couple of drops heading towards the main, it looks like, while maybe moving out into the middle of the map. Clear up some of that creep. Going to try to deny a gold base, but Dark's already got a very big Roach Hydra force over here. And Dark ever mindful, keeping some Hydras in the back here to stop some drops, even a Queen here as well. 2nd Queen coming in here right on time.
Ooh.
Gets totally denied. Gonna try to come in towards the natural.
He's trying for something here. If they had all right, got a little something. Not much there. And wow, Dream bravely engaging.
Yeah, I don't know about this. This is just way too much Roach Hydra right now. Trying to get some good Widow Mine hits here is Dream, but he's got barely enough bio. Even the Hydras in the front right now tanking against this is enough. And this is going to force Dream to pick up and drive away here.
Down 80 supply. And yeah, I think it's just a matter of time. I think maybe more roaches to buffer these hiders, and then we're going to see Dark attempt up that ramp again. And Dream is trying to hold on here, but in this kind of situation, when you're fighting against this kind of creep spread, this composition that can be dealt with in the late game with sufficient sort of army size, but he just doesn't have it. Generally, the later the game goes, the less kind of supply efficient roaches are, especially. And in the late game, when you see this kind of matchup, when you see this kind of compositions, Bio usually comes out on top when you have that medivac count and a massive 3-3 army. And here we go again. Third CC getting targeted down. Now this is a great concave still for Dark, and he should be able to clean up this army.
Yeah, it looks like it, man. Even if he wasn't able to, he's got such a big lead in this game, and Dream's whole army is taken down. GG! Dark just takes game number 2.
Takes number 2 and gets out of the group, I believe.
No, Dream was able to take game number 1.
Oh, is that 1-1?
Yep.
I thought it was, for some reason I thought it was 1-1 already. Now
Not
we're
quite
getting,
Moonglade.
way
It's
up.
all good.
These games are going too long already, Valdez. All right, so it's 1 apiece. Game 3.
Yeah, Dark. Very interesting strategy there on the map. I think what kind of sparked that, and correct me if I'm wrong, was he saw that third CC coming down, and he saw a bit of a timing. We also saw Dream going for double engineering bait, kind of going for double upgrades at the same time, so quite a greedy build, and Dark was looking to punish it, and he did quite that. I mean, he was just able to stay on that kind of composition because he was so far ahead from that early attack.
Yeah, he managed to wipe out like every single SCV in the natural, do a lot of damage to the bio as well. It kind of just gave him the edge that he can just follow up with that composition. And you know what? Third map is Foxtrot Labs. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be based on where they kind of spawn more than anything else.